In today's news, talk show host wants politicians to put country first. KISHMA PENN says women must speak up for Jacqueline VANTERPOOL'S appointment. Minister CASTRO urges community to take stand against bullying, and farmers and fishers showcase local produce at Roadtown Fair. These and more stories after a word from our sponsors.
We mash the gas, them bite the dust. We set the speed while they gathering rust. Inside we heart BVI come first. So please don't be fooled cause they not like us. Once we mash the gas, them bite the dust. Cause we always fast and we always fuss. If you want a real speed, you know who to trust. Somebody better tell them they're not like who? They're not like us. CCT fast, like CCT fast, like CCT just generosity, love the community bad, like CCT first with the 5G. Cause BVI is we.
Welcome to the Tuesday, October 21st edition of 284 News. I am Jacqueline Donovan, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining us. Talk show host Dr. Harlan Vanterpool has raised concerns about declining public trust in elected representatives, saying that many Virgin Islanders are dissatisfied with the level of representation they receive. Speaking on A Look at the Community, that's a radio program on ZBVI, Dr. Vanterpool said while members of the House of Assembly make personal sacrifices to serve, some continue to display what he described as irresponsible actions. More in this report. A local talk show host has expressed concern about people not trusting their representatives. Dr. Harlan Vanterpool was speaking on the radio program A Look at the Community, where he said that people are not satisfied with the type of representation they are getting, while admitting that persons in the House of Assembly are making a sacrifice to represent the people. Dr. Vanterpool said they are what he called irresponsible actions he is seeing from time to time.
I like all the persons in the House of Assembly. I like them. I think they're well-meaning people. I believe that all of them have made and are making a sacrifice to represent all of us in a responsible manner. They're making lots of tremendous sacrifice, and a lot of times we don't recognize what these sacrifices are. But the huge sacrifice that comes with putting yourself up for representation in a political office. However, while I do recognize and respect, I like all the members of the House of Assembly, the reality is that the level of responsibility that we're supposed to give, I put some of it is in question, because I think that there's some irresponsible actions that I'm seeing exhibited from time to time that I'm very concerned that is undermining our trust in our political establishment. We have to ensure and we have to be certain that the persons that are representing us are always representing us and not some of the time. And it seems at times that they're representing themselves and not the people of the Virgin Islands. And I'm saying this to say that we cannot continue to put our trust in these leaders and we get disappointed.
Dr. Vanterpool said if good governance is put ahead of personal ambition, the territory will see better results.
whoever is taking up the role to represent the people at the House of Assembly in the lawmaking and policy making for the territory that's going to take precedence and set a pathway for the development and the future development of the country must do so in a responsible manner, taking into consideration who you're representing, how you're representing, and where you want the country to go. And when we are not doing this in a responsible manner, we're failing. We're failing the people of the country. We're failing the people of the country. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying that we're not getting some good things out of our elected representatives. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying there's lots of room for improvement. I'm saying that there are things that can be done better. There are things that if the will and the good governance is put ahead of personal ambition, we will see better results for all of us, for the people of these islands. And I'm saying that when we go to the polls to elect our people, we need to bear in mind that it shouldn't be just because we like this person, we think they're popular, they're friendly, they're this, they're that. You have to ask yourself, can they do the job that you want them to do? Can they make the difference? Are they willing to make the tough sacrifice and make the tough decision that's going to make a change, that's going to make your life, my life, all of our lives better? Those are the kind of questions you need to ask yourself. And then when they make us these promises and they don't follow through on the promises that they made us, then we have to hold them accountable to it.
Meanwhile, another talk show host, KISHMA PENN, is urging women across the Virgin Islands to rally behind Jacqueline Vanterpool in her bid to become the territory's first female commissioner of police. Speaking on Speak Out BVI, that is her radio program, PENN said women have been too silent on the issue, despite Vanterpool's strong performance as acting commissioner of police. More in this report. Talk show host KISHMA PENN is calling on the women in the territory to stand up in support of Jacqueline Vanterpool to be Commissioner of Police. Vanterpool has been acting police commissioner for a number of months and has been congratulated at least once by the governor, Daniel Prus, for doing a good job. Yet, she has not been given the official post. During the Speak Out BVI program, PENN said the women in the territory are too silent on this issue and they need to stand up for their own.
Y'all people don't ever defend no woman. I hang Cindy out to dry. I hang me out to dry. I hang a lady who's near and dear to my head, Sharon Flex, out to dry. And I think it's time we start to fight for one of we woman them. And if the man them ain't gonna be no help to us women in this country, remember, I can say it again, we outnumber the men in this country. And for once, we need to stand behind one of our females. We need to stand behind one of our women. You know, I ain't gonna say about, we da hang them out to dry. We da constantly hang woman out to dry. We da wring them out like a towel and we da put them on a line to dry. And we da hang them there. And we da say, and when them get put out to dry like that, this sexist society, this patriarchal society that we belong to, the man them that sit down in the car and say grumble and say, yeah, good for she, then push she in a place. Then push she in a place. Ain't no place to be putting no woman in. This is 2025. What place I want to put us in still? What place I think we belong to? At this point in time, we as a people need to stand. If this is the commissioner of chief that we want for police, we need to be the chief of police, that we want for our people, then we need to start making some demands. Again, I keep telling her, nothing gonna change if we don't demand it. I bet if the territory say, listen, we sick of her and her foolishness, this is one of ways we like her, we proud of her, we want her, give her the job. I bet the man can't come with no reason why them can't give her the job. We don't stand up behind our people enough. So tonight, as the host of Speak Out BVI, as a public face, as somebody who holds a platform, I'm asking the people of the BVI, specifically the women of the BVI, to stand in solidarity with a woman for change. But I doubt it gonna happen. You know why? Because women in this country don't even defend women, much less for men.
PENN said she can see a lot of differences with Vanterpool at the helm, and she is calling on all the territory to stand in solidarity with her. PENN said it's time for the BVI to get its first female police commissioner.
I said to you guys, I need you to start paying attention. I beg you, please. I don't beg you for a lot, but I beg you to make some noise on behalf of Miss Jacqueline Vanterpool. She need it. She need us standing behind her in solidarity. The women need to stand behind her. The men need to stand behind her. The people need to stand behind her. She's a good woman. She's a good police. I can definitely see a difference in her at the helm as compared. I've spoken to her on a number of occasions about a lot of different things, and I'm telling you right now, because I know for a lot of years, that's a good woman. That's a good woman. That's a good woman to be the chief of all police. I don't know who else in the police force that envisioning right now. And I think it's time for us to start knocking down some barriers and getting our first it's time for we to get our first chief of police. That's a female. Our first commissioner of police, that's a female. I mean, we done had our first female attorney general. We done had our first female accountant general. We haven't had our first female premier, but we could get our first female commissioner of police. We could get her. We had our first female deputy governor as well, so we could get her. That is very possible. We don't have to make it seem like it's something so new and it's something so egregious. I think it's time that we, as again, I could only say, as women, we need to stand in solidarity to women. Sometimes we are the very reason why certain things going left, because we will bury another woman instead of standing in solidarity with her.
Up next, Minister De Castro urges community to take a stand against bullying, and young professionals connect at recent event. These and more stories after a word from our sponsors.
Just give me my service. Yeah. Just give me my service.
Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands. Life is unpredictable, and when a storm is coming, having a plan can make all the difference.
We need a plan in case of a hurricane. Everyone, let's work together on this.
This is where we go in case if we need to evacuate. This is safe away from flood zones.
I will use this room as our secure space if we have to stay home.
Don't forget to save our local contacts and also our off-island contacts.
Right, and we need to have a plan for our pets too. They can't go to shelters, so we need a safe place for them.
In case we get separated, we should have a meeting spot. How about the community center?
That's good, and we can leave a note there too.
I feel safe knowing we have a plan.
With a plan, you're not just preparing for the worst, you're taking control of the situation. A message from the Department of Disaster Management and 284 Media.
Welcome back. As Anti-Bullying Week closed, Minister for Education, Honorable Sherry De Castro, issued a strong call for students, teachers, parents, and the wider community to speak out against bullying and work together to create safer schools. More in this report. Education Minister Sherry De Castro delivered strong messages as Anti-Bullying Week, observed from October 13th to 17th, came to a close, declaring that there is no place for bullying in schools or the wider community. Throughout the week, schools across the territory participated in learning activities, while tips and resources were shared on social media to support those struggling with bullying.
Bullying, whether physical, verbal, social, or online, has no place in our schools or society. It damages confidence, steals joy, and creates fear where there should be safety, belonging, and love. This week, we are reminded that every one of us has the power to make a difference. We all carry within us the power for good, the power to choose kindness, to stand up for justice, and to speak out when we see wrong.
She emphasized that the power is in everyone to speak out when they see wrong, encouraging students, teachers, parents, and the community at large to take an active role in prevention.
To our students, you are leaders today, not just tomorrow. Stand tall, be brave, use your voice to lift others up, not to push them down. To our teachers and parents, thank you for guiding our children, modeling respect, and helping them understand the importance of empathy and compassion. To the community, let us work hand in hand to ensure that our young people know they are valued, loved, and protected.
Minister De Castro reaffirmed the ministry's commitment to creating safe and supportive school environments, calling on all stakeholders to do their part in fostering respect and inclusion. Meanwhile, the IWIRC BVI chapter hosted its inaugural Chart Your Course Young Professionals Connect event, bringing together rising professionals for an evening of insight, inspiration, and connection. Details in this report. The International Women's Insolvency and Restructuring Confederation, IWIRC BVI chapter, proudly hosted its inaugural Chart Your Course Young Professionals Connect, an inspiring event dedicated to empowering and connecting young professionals within the financial services industry. The event, held on Thursday, October 16th, brought together a dynamic audience of emerging and established professionals eager to learn, share, and build meaningful connections. The event's highlight was a captivating panel discussion led by 4 young leaders in the financial services sector. With moderation by Chastity Leonard and Shay Alexander, the discussion offered an authentic look into professional journeys of the panelists, from their early career beginnings to their current successes. Senior analyst at Chris Global, Shane Stout, stressed the importance of networking for young professionals.
To me, what would make you stand out is your willingness to network and have conversations with your future employers. And coming to an event like this, I might be your future person that gives my boss the heads up. Well, yes, I think this individual is a good individual. You should hire that individual. So going to university is important, but networking is also important too as well, because there you meet your future boss. You have Shamira says she had a friend that told her, why don't you apply to my firm? So it's very important we network and we get around one another. You find a good mentor. Your mentor could have someone who works in the industry as well and say, well, I have this individual. I know she's a hard worker and I recommend her for the position. So networking is very important, and finding a good mentor.
The panelists acknowledged that it is not always easy to balance career and social or family life. However, they agreed that communication and a good support system is key to achieving success in both. Senior associate at Walker's, Renelle Benjamin, stressed that young people must learn to say no, even though it may be harder than it sounds.
For starters, it depends on the type of relationship. I mean, if it's a healthy work environment, then it will be much easier for you to be able to deflect the workload onto someone who, is more, adept in handling it where you cannot. So it wouldn't just be no, it would be, under the guise of, is there any scope for me to do this at a later time? Or is this pressingly, screamingly urgent that you need this right now? Most of the times, in my experience, anything that is past 5 o'clock is not pressingly urgent. Persons will make it seem like they need it. They need to get this document out. It need to get reviewed so we can get the go ahead to file and serve, etc., etc., etc. You rush and you do it, and then tomorrow morning it's still there. 12 o'clock is still there. So where's the urgency? So I think it depends on, if it's a healthy work environment, then you wouldn't have an issue with trying to deflect that workload off. So it's as long as there's scope for it to, be pushed off to a later time, then that is how the no will come across, rather than just, can we do this at a later time? If not, then you have to decide at that point in time whether, you're able to make the sacrifice, which I think most persons in this particular industry will make the sacrifice.
Chart Your Course, Young Professionals Connect was made possible through the generous support of sponsors Bedell Kristen and Walkers, whose contributions helped to bring the event to life. Up next, farmers and fishers showcase local produce at Roadtown Fair for World Food Day, and weak high-pressure ridge keeps BVI weather mostly stable through tonight. These and more after a word from our sponsors.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
son.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man forget you.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. The British Virgin Islands joined the global community in celebrating World Food Day last Friday with a lively fair at the Noel Lloyd Positive Action Movement Park in Roadtown. The event brought together local farmers, fishers, and food producers to showcase homegrown goods and promote healthy, sustainable eating. Here's a look at the day's activities.
We have value-added products primarily. We have stews, gooseberry, and tamarind stew. We have local honey. All of these things are made by me. We have infused oil with peppermint, rosemary, and garlic. And we also have spearmint. You can cook with it, or you can also put it in your hair as a conditioner. We have an immunity builder. During the COVID season, God downloaded this to me and I was able to mix it, and it helped a lot of persons. I won't say cure, but it helped a lot of persons with the problems that they had with COVID. We also have dry seasoning and the famous pepper bottle, as well as hot sauces and honey.
Fancy to breathe. I'm here representing Good News Farm today. I'm here to represent learn from our colleagues in the business, all of that. Today we have some chicken, we have some lemon basil, Thai basil, we have some starfruit, we have some very big Marcus pumpkin avocados, and all kind of different spinaches, Chinese spinach, some belly, Indonesian spinach, and some Cuban spinach.
In weather, relatively stable conditions prevail as a weak ridge of high pressure limits significant shower activity across the territory. However, pockets of moisture carried by the wind may lead to brief periods of cloudiness and showers. Weather will be partly cloudy with a 40% or moderate chance of showers, increasing into tonight to a 60% chance of showers. Winds will blow from 17 to 31 kilometers per hour or 10 to 20 miles per hour, with occasional gusts reaching up to 50 kilometers or 31 miles per hour. Seas range between 1.8 and 2.4 meters or 6 to 8 feet, with northerly swells of up to 1.5 meters, or 5 feet. A high surf advisory remains in effect, and beachgoers are advised to exercise caution, particularly along northern and eastern coastlines. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:14 a.m. And that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for news updates at 284media.com. Like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I am Jacqueline Donovan, and I will see you again tomorrow, so have yourself a safe and enjoyable evening. Goodbye.